Welcome back to Tuesday Good Morning KU News Update. I'm Molly.
And I'm Erin.
Erin, what did you do for Halloween this weekend?
Well, this weekend I live in the scholarship hall, so my scholarship hall put on a haunted house.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, we spent Friday and Saturday prepping for it, so we spent all of Saturday decorating. Everyone got makeup done, costumes ready. It took a whole bunch of planning. We were planning since August, it feels like. And then 20 minutes before we were supposed to open the haunted house to the rest of the scholarship hall community, one of our residents started cooking and the fire alarm went off.
Oh,
so we had to evacuate, work our way out through the little maze that we created, and then we just had to wait outside for like 15 minutes until the fire department came. And once they came, we were all concerned that they were going to take down all of our decorations because they're all technically fire hazards because they were covering the lights with paper and everything. And so I think we have a photo of it. This is our little group selfie that my hall took with all of us in our makeup and fake blood.
Outside.
With the little bit of the fire truck in the background that you can see. It was a fun time. It's definitely a hall bonding thing to have to run outside while it's cold and 8 p.m., you know, for a fire alarm. But thankfully it was no big issue. It was just smoke that set it off. And so it got cleared up. We went back inside. Haunted house was a success.
Yay, that's good.
It was a good Halloween weekend.
That sounds good. So, moving on, we have basketball. KU basketball starts this Wednesday. It's Emporia State at 7. Are you going to go to the game?
I haven't decided yet. I have a few friends that have the season ticket passes. So I think they're going to go at least.
That sounds fun. It'll be interesting to see if it's like a big show up or not, just because it's the first game. So I'm excited to see the new traditions, but being freshmen and sophomores, we don't really know all of the traditions yet, and post-COVID, hopefully we'll get to do them again.
Yes.
So I know there's a tradition with the newspapers, but I'm not quite sure what it is, but I think we have a video showing people how to do the confetti newspapers.
How to make a KU confetti cone. Step 1. Get ready for some KU basketball and grab the University Daily Kansan. Step 2. Head to Allen Fieldhouse and prepare to make the confetti cone. Step 3. Fold the paper hot dog style and slide a corner to the middle of the page. Step 4. Roll one side to the other side to form your cone. Step 5. Rip the leftover paper into long strands, then proceed to tear into smaller pieces. Step 6. Drop the torn pieces into the cone. Now enjoy your confetti cone at the game. Rock chalk.
I'm super excited for basketball, especially after that video. Speaking of sports, we have the KU State Sunflower Showdown at 11 on Saturday. Are you going to that game?
I feel like I have to at this point. It's the game against K-State. How can I not go, you know?
Yes. And then hopefully it won't be too cold.
Hopefully. We're expecting a little bit of a warm-up this weekend. I know people were saying it was going to be cold this week. It's still going to be a little cold, but this weekend should have a warm-up looking ahead for this week. But I will be back with a full forecast for you later.
After the break, we'll be back with Tom, and he will be doing an interview with a special guest.
No one takes drugs expecting to become addicted. You should know that addiction can happen to anyone because it's a disease of the brain. That also means recovery is possible. Addiction doesn't have to be permanent, and the state of Kansas is ready to assist you in every step of the way. Visit findtreatment.gov or call the Kansas Substance Abuse Referral Line at 866-645-8216.
All right, welcome back. My name is Tom, and this is
Abdullah.
Abdullah will be joining our team for the next few weeks, and we'll be working among, camera, being a host and doing other things. So, Abdullah, do you mind if I ask you a few questions, give you a little interview?
Go ahead.
All right. So, where are you from?
I'm from Mosul, Iraq.
Okay.
Mosul is the second biggest city in Iraq. It's in northwest.
Okay. It says here you're an international student. Why'd you choose to come to KU?
I came to KU to study journalism. I'm currently double majoring in political science.
Okay. Okay. You know, I gotta ask, I'm just gonna put this down. Why journalism? You know, what brought you here especially to do journalism? You know, that's the big question here.
So, one reason is that my father studied here in the 1980s. He studied petroleum geology.
Mm-hmm.
And part of why I'm coming to KU is because of the tradition that KU has.
Mm-hmm.
I've known about Lawrence since I was 5, and I have learned about KU as I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
I learned about the buildings, the traditions, the songs, everything about KU, and I kind of loved KU, and that's why I chose KU.
Yeah. So your dad was telling you all this stuff as you were growing up in Iraq.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
correct.
That is crazy. That is crazy. So I heard you actually were on a TED Talk when you came here. Is that true?
That's correct. I was the youngest TEDx speaker at the first TEDx event in Mosul. I was the only one to present in English.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Why'd they have you on that TED Talk?
I talked about my personal narrative. I had an experience before I went on that TED Talk. I lived in Bahrain for 3 years, and I studied at a public middle school. And that was kind of like a big experience for a 12-year-old.
Oh, you were 12?
Oh yeah, I was
Okay.
12 at the time, and my father was away. He was stuck in Mosul at the time, in the midst of the ISIS crisis, and that was like a huge experience that I learned a lot from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's interesting. So it says here you've been to other universities other than KU. Is that true?
I have never been to other universities,
Okay,
but
okay.
I have applied for other universities.
Okay, applied. I should fix that. Real quick, I just got to ask, what advice would you give to other international students coming to KU? You know, if they're trying to make a name for themselves, or if they're trying to make friends, or even if they're trying to just figure out a schedule to do, you know, classwork, anything like that, what advice would you give people?
I think the best advice that I would give is to get involved, talk to people, learn more about the culture, because I see that a lot of people are just, they isolate themselves in some way.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably part of the cultural shock, but as you learn, as you experience the culture, also hold on to your own culture, hold on to your own traditions, because this is what makes KU rich.
Yeah.
All the cultures that are coming into it, and that's like part of the U.S. actually.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What is different about the U.S. than Iraq? You know, culture-wise, people-wise, you know, anything. Even if they're the same, you know, is there anything different, or is it just kind of?
You know, that kind of relates to the previous question.
Yeah.
The U.S. is a very diverse country, and there actually isn't one culture.
Mm-hmm.
People believe in different things, and they have different traditions and different norms, and it's kind of difficult to keep up with that and learn about all that, like about people individually, and still understand the bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not a bad thing, because I have lived in 3 different countries so far, and I've studied in 3 different countries. I studied in Iraq, in Bahrain, and now I'm in the U.S. And when you study in different places, you don't want to just have the academic aspect of it. You also want to learn about the people, and when you have that many different cultures, it's kind of like a bigger opportunity to do that.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. That's fair. What about KU? You know, the culture here is, you know, especially. What is one thing that stuck out to you? Actually, let me rephrase that. What is one thing about the culture that has really just stuck out to you, and you'll keep for the rest of your life? You know, whether you stay here in America or go back to Iraq, or you know, go anywhere in the world. What is one thing?
I cannot say for sure so far, because I've been here for less than 90 days.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still developing that understanding of the culture, and I'm not particularly sure what that thing is.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Well, with everything like that, it takes time. The more you're here, the more you'll, see, the more people you'll meet, and the more cultures you'll interact with. But Telly, that was a good interview. Thank you. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for letting me interview you. It's been fun. Thank you.
It's really great.
For students searching for a way to stay active in an outdoorsy way, the City of Lawrence has bike trails running in every direction, and with the new bike share program, we can stay in shape as we tour the sights of our beautiful city. Clinton Lake is only a short 30-minute bike ride away from Daisy Hill and has the most incredible sunset location in all of Lawrence. Walking campus may give you the KU calves, but biking can give you the KU thighs. Bike Lawrence today.
Welcome back, I'm Ari.
And I'm Stella. This is your Tuesday Good Morning KU News Update. School districts across the country are suffering from a shortage of employees, including teachers. Locally, the Lawrence School District is seeing a rise in the number of teachers leaving their jobs in the middle of the year. Spokeswoman Julie Boyle told the Lawrence Journal World that the district has seen the number of resignations increase since the pandemic began.
Current students might not be used to seeing the University Daily Kansan in its print format, but for many KU graduates, it was a daily ritual to pick up the newspaper on the way to class. But now that the UDK has moved to an online-first format, there is no need for the blue distribution boxes that are scattered across campus. The boxes are now rescheduled to be removed beginning this week.
The United States Supreme Court will hear oral arguments for the Texas abortion law that was put in place on September 1st. Judges will be looking at the unusual way in which Texas chose to enforce this law and isn't focusing on revoking the law. Under this law, private citizens can report anyone who is suspected of breaking the law and can be rewarded up to $10,000 for turning others in.
The Oxford Dictionary has declared the word vax as its 2021 word of the year. Vax was used 72 times more frequently than it was last year. So whether we're saying anti-vaxxed, vaxxed, or double vaxxed, this word has found its way into our vocabulary more than ever before.
In sports, both the football and soccer teams lost this weekend, while the volleyball team split with Oklahoma, and the men's and women's cross-country teams placed 5th and 6th, respectively. Both the men and women's basketball teams played controlled scrimmages on Saturday, and the men's season will get underway on Wednesday night with an exhibition game against Emporia State.
The men's basketball season starts tomorrow night, but one player was in the news yesterday for the wrong reason. Redshirt sophomore Jalen Wilson was arrested for drunk driving early Sunday morning after police spotted his vehicle weaving across the lane at 23rd and Louisiana Street. KU has not indicated any penalty or punishment for Wilson.
And that will wrap it up for today's news update. After the break, Aaron will be here to tell us how cold it's going to get this week, especially for tomorrow night's basketball game.
From adversity, we rose. We made history and became pioneers, voyagers, champions, Jayhawks. And when our chant rises, haunting and hallowed, Jayhawks are telling the world what's near. Victory.
Hello and welcome back to Good Morning KU. I'm Erin Borchers here with your weather update for this week. Starting off, temperatures are going to stay low for the early part of this week, and we're going to have a warm up as we head into this weekend. Just a brief little tropical storm update for you guys. Tropical storm Wanda is here. It's currently swirling out in the middle of the Atlantic. It's not near any land masses, so it's not too much of a concern right now. The next name on the list is one of the supplemental names, and that is Adria. And it is the third time now that we've run out of the names in a hurricane season. The two other times were 2005 and 2020. So that's just a brief little update for that. Our current conditions right now in Lawrence are 41 degrees and it is partly cloudy. It's gonna stay kind of cloudy throughout the day. It's gonna stay kind of cold throughout the day. I think we're gonna hit a high in the 40s still, but we have calm winds and that'll help with the wind chill. Moving through the hours, We have a nice temperature of about 45. Our high is going to be about 46 right before sunset. And then as the sun set, it's going to cool off even further. It's going to reach 37 at 11 p.m. tonight. And we're going to have calm winds kind of all throughout the day. Looking ahead to tomorrow, which is our game day, we're going to have a high of 49. So it's going to be chilly. Few clouds may appear throughout the day, but we're going to have light wind, calm winds really in general, and we can go through the hours with that game day forecast that I have for you. So right around 5 p.m., it's going to be about 47 degrees outside. It's still going to be mostly sunny. At Wednesday at 8 p.m., so about an hour after the game has started, it's going to drop down to about 39 because the sun will have set, and it's going to stay kind of clear. And Wednesday night, it's going to be about 36 degrees. So when you're getting out of the game, it's going to be kind of cold, even if it might not be super cold when you get into the game. So that's something to keep in mind as you're dressing for that fun game day ahead of us. And looking forward to the rest of the week, we have, again, that high of 49 for game day tomorrow. And then, as I said, we're going to have a warm-up throughout the weekend. Or throughout the week and into the weekend. It's going to stay kind of sunny, kind of cool, but hopefully it won't be as cold as it has been these past few days. That is all I have for today's weather update. Thank you so much for watching Good Morning KU, and we will see you back here next week at 11 a.m.